And welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of Nazis in Space. I mean, Star Trek. This is the Lost Podcast of Titan, ladies and gentlemen. We are watching a very, very special episode of Star Trek today.
Such optimism.
It's Nazis in space. I mean, we had gangsters in space
Not too long ago.
not too long ago. So is this the same writer? Hold on, I gotta find this shit out.
John Meredith Lucas.
Writers of Season 2 Star Trek, the original series. Gripping content as the audience gets to listen to me type.
No. In fact, he wrote Journey to Babel, but he will be writing the Omega Glory.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, just let me make sure.
Piece of the action, Patterns of Force. Written by David Harmon and written by John Meredith Lucas, also known as David Harmon. Got it. Okay, cool. I think I lost my father.
I think no. I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm not dead yet.
If I could get away with it and people not think I was a monster.
Oh, people already think you're a monster. I'm sure.
Probably.
That's
yes.
that's one of the attractions of our podcast. No,
What?
I was thinking.
You beat a monster?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, compared to me, I mean. But I think, considering the subject matter, this episode should have had a slightly different, approach. We'll see the Enterprise, and then the titles waver in out of nowhere and suddenly become solidified. Instead of Patterns of Force, which is sort of a blah title, just have the troops have Space Nazis with an exclamation point.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you have a favorite series that you would like to just randomly insert Nazis into, please let us know at lostpodcastattitan@gmail.com. Harry Potter and the Nazis. Oh wait,
Ooh.
they did. No, they had that. They had that already. That was Strange Beasts and Where to Find Them Part 2.
Oh, okay.
They had wizard
which
Nazis. And the thing was, is like, the bad wizard in charge is like, these motherfuckers are building an atomic bomb. If we don't stop them, they're going to start blowing shit up. And that's the end of it. I'm like, no, you need to point out why this is wrong. Because right now, he's trying to stop us from blowing shit up with atomic bombs. So far, the big bad guy is making a point. You can't just say, they're leaving it here? They're leaving it here.
Okay, I'm really opening a can of worms here. But
Go ahead.
These people are wizards and stuff.
Yes.
They can't just wave their little wand, make an incantation, and let the bomb disappear?
No, because something, plot, convenience, something can't do that.
Oh.
But, yeah, no, I mean, they have some rules in the Harry Potter universe. But, like, this is supposed to be the big wizarding war before, the Voldemort, the big bad. And sometimes they talk about as though it's the second baddest or the baddest. But,
It's not Leviosa, it's Leviosa.
It's Leviosa.
Leviosa.
Swish and flick, yes.
That's right. I knew some guys in high school, that's how they operated, swish and flick, but...
Hey, whatever floats their boat. Or, you know. So let's see,
That'd
we
be a
have
great
Nazis,
name for a sing.
Nazis in
That'd be a
Harry
great
Potter.
name for a sing duo, Swish and Flick.
Swish and flick. Let's see, what else can we put Nazis into randomly?
Well, they had a time tunnel episode with Nazis. That wasn't much fun.
Golden Girls.
Because they would have been dating around World War II. Some hot guys move in next to the Golden Girls, and they turn out to be, former Nazis. Or were you thinking of the movie?
No. Wait, there's a movie Golden Girls?
No, Golden Girls, singular. We discussed it once before. It was about a former Nazi scientist who's trying to make a genetically engineered athlete for the Moscow Olympics.
Oh, that's right. I remember that one now.
Well, you're probably doing better than most of our audience. That film really didn't do a whole lot of good.
Well, it was a made-for-TV movie trash, so you know.
Well, no, it wasn't made for TV. It was a theatrical release.
And he couldn't believe his luck that some asshat actually bought it and released it in theaters. He did this as made-for-TV. It's like, I can't believe they made it. Holy shit! I'm never going to get a job again. Oh my god. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you just pull out your favorite physical media or streaming service, we'll be watching Star Trek, the original series episode Nazis, also known as Patterns of Force. And just come back to us when you're ready. Well, welcome back. We'll go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Sieg Heil.
Eins, zwei, drei.
Who the fuck is that?
That's who they're looking for. Just wait a few moments.
Ah, okay. We have to have his picture, like he's going to walk through the door at any minute, and they have to recognize him? I am recording, right? Yes, okay. Oh, the one that was focused on 1960s automobiles. Got it.
What gets me is he's supposed to be a big yumpty-yump historian, and that's the best picture that the Federation could supply on him?
Yeah, really. Oh, open fire.
Open fire.
Oh, yeah, seriously.
Seems to be carrying a
Well,
warhead.
shields up.
Fire.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Fire.
Fire, yes. Oh, shut up, Spock. Hold on. They have interplanetary travel, crude though it may be, but a thermonuclear warhead is beyond their capabilities?
Well, atomic energy and rocketry do not necessarily develop hand in hand, although the two technologies can be combined.
Oh, yes. I do remember the centuries it took after we had launched into space and landed on the moon that we finally were able to do an atomic bomb. How silly of me.
I'm trying to come back with a snarky comment.
I mean,
but right
like,
now,
hello?
no,
But
but
it should not be beyond their capabilities. It should be well within their capabilities.
well, it depends on what you were working on. I mean, there were people working on rockets before anyone even thought of doing experiments in atomic energy.
Right. And how many years was that between?
About 3 decades, but still, these were two different branches of research.
Okay. How many decades were we on the moon before we dropped an atomic bomb? I mean, you see my point.
Yeah, I see your point. It's kind of dull, but
Well, I mean, a dull knife can still stab a motherfucker.
if you punch the target enough.
Shut up.
Yes,
Spock.
and we declared all that before the credits.
Oh, wait, so there are 2 planets in the system. Okay. That's fine.
Right.
Okay, actually, I'll take this back. If there was another... we had radio long before we had, like, atomic bombs. If there was
Yes.
if we had radio contact with Mars in the 1800s, I imagine that would have been full bore, let's go visit Mars and shit.
Yeah.
So they're learning. This is good.
Well, seeing as how this is the only episode where these transponders are used, the lesson didn't really take, but we just needed this as a plot device.
Well, yeah, but it's an easier plot device to have this rather than, well, I mean, they keep losing the fucking communicators. Or they...
Yeah. Or get them taken from them.
Yeah.
It should be standard beam down equipment for away teams. And once again, the Paramount backlot. Oh, nice hiding.
I would like Spock to say no. What do you mean? We are contacting number 6. Number 6, you were requested with the Fuhrer. Oh wait, so this is Crystal Knock.
Yeah. Let's connect the dots here, people.
They could get him a sweater that didn't have holes in it. Also, future love interest of Kirk.
Not quite, but yeah, that would have been the obvious point. Surprise.
You have something on your neck, sir.
I take the gun. You don't take it.
It would have been better if Kirk distracted the guard and Spock did the necky pinch. And not the last time that Leonard Nimoy will be dressed as a Nazi. And now he is going to be of a higher rank.
Yeah.
Oh. Listen.
What gets me is that every time they've had to do this, or
Yeah.
they always manage to find someone wearing their size. It's amazing how Kirk is so comfortable with Nazi procedure.
Serious. Well, I mean, you know, the Federation is a fascist organization, so he'd have good practice.
Oh!
I mean, you know, if we're going to go by Star Trek Discovery and Star Trek Picard, then yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Also, I'm curious. Shatner and Nimoy are both Jews. I wonder how they actually were they comfortable doing this?
They're actors. Okay, they go to these planets, supposedly primitive or 20th century equivalents,
Mm-hmm.
with populated by humanoids. They might try leaving Spock up on the Enterprise.
And behold, yet another 1,000 slash fix. A little lower? Also, you think they would have ways of being able to determine they were Xeon or not?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help that the Zeons and the Ecosians look so much alike.
Exactly. And look like Earthlings.
Yeah. Actually, it looks like you've been whipping them, but I'll take your word for it. Yes, point that somewhere else.
No.
I have a story about a Chinese rice picker if you're interested.
just tell the Fuhrer, air quotes, that, let's see, what would be a good, just say the Federation is here. The Federation means nothing to these people. They'll give them the message, and
Ooh. That one of them has pointed ears. That's important.
seriously. Also, like if I was told, interrogate and execute, I'd be like, oh, let's see, those Xeons, yes, they have a massive fleet coming, and I'm not going to tell you anything about it. Neener, neener. A nice, well done steak will not convince me otherwise.
Or a curvaceous, beautiful woman. No matter how hard you try.
Oh no, not Elsa, she-wolf of the SS. No, anything but that.
Well, how come they haven't been beating him up?
They have been beating him up. But he hasn't been executed yet.
Oh.
Because we're different.
Because we eat our hard-boiled eggs from the other side.
Let's see. What is it? Xeons own a disproportionate amount of businesses on Akos. They're in control. What are the fucking crazy theories? They're in control of the media.
They did not respect the Christ.
They have a weird book called The Elders of Zion. Oh, wait. Holy shit.
The protocols of the
I
elders
didn't even
of...
connect the shit. Xeon and Zion? Okay, alright.
So there, the penny drops.
Sorry, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes I am a 2x4, yes. You can ask my wife, my ex-wife, and any other number of girlfriends I've had.
Their makeup department needs to work better on their scars.
Those are fresh.
Well, I mean fresh wounds.
And on top of that, like if he was really lashed that hard, I don't think he'd be in any mood to talk. I mean, I stubbed my toe and I'm out for like 5 minutes.
And that's another reason we should leave you up on the ship, Spock.
Or they could just wait to be beamed out.
If they live that long.
If they hold on, like I said before, all right, there's a Xeon fleet, but you're not going to get anything more from me. Like, also that isn't sharp.
Well, there's obviously some sort of Vulcan technique for using either any kind of dull surface as a cutting tool.
And apparently, it's so easy to master that a human can do it right now.
Hits a major artery. Oh. Oh. Oh, from you, Spock? I'm amazed.
Oh, Lord. The history of physics. On a whipped back.
Yeah.
Shut up, Spock. Okay, Spock's just fucking with him now, and I appreciate it.
Well, hopefully you'd be a bit nicer.
Not really, no.
Remind me never to be captured with you.
Captured and tortured by Nazis.
Yeah.
Oh, this is such bullshit.
Thank you. You beat me
This
to it.
is
I'm calling BS on
bullshit.
this. Well, does that mean they're no longer useful as communication transponders?
He just tossed them aside, so I guess they're completely useless now.
But please don't put me in the comfy chair.
Not the comfy chair. Dun-dun. Wait, that wasn't the dun.
Well, no, did you intend to get beaten? Have the crap
Laboratory.
beaten out of you with a whip? Yeah. Dun, dun,
Why is your gun drawn?
I guess even in Nazi Germany they might question someone wandering around with a drawn pistol. Oh, that's in case they need to pass him off as a prisoner.
Fire stairs and authorized personnel.
And apparently somewhere they picked up the English language and lettering. And he's just going to buy that.
Oh. I was about to say, you could have just knocked him out, get an extra uniform and the keys, but... Also, what if the laboratory wasn't a bio laboratory?
Well, right now they're actually just looking for the communicators and phasers. Uh-oh.
Wait a minute, you didn't lock the door? Of course they didn't lock the door. I'm still annoyed that they just pulled a MacGyver laser out of their ass using
Yeah.
transponder crystals that aren't mentioned again at any point in the series.
Alt! Okay, I'm experiencing a similar problem that I had with Piece of the Action.
Which is what?
We have a planet here that's obviously been contaminated by due to a human presence,
Right?
and in the short time that this guy John Gill has been missing, the people of Echos managed to construct pistols, get ammunition.
Uniforms, culture, paperwork, language. Also, apparent I still like a piece of the action better because they were having fun with that. This is, they're
Yeah,
taking
this
this
is-
seriously and it's showing.
Well, they couldn't really have too much fun with Nazis, and besides, Hogan's Heroes had that all sewed up.
Listen. Just get Mel Brooks as a co-writer. He's allowed to make money on Hitler. You're all good.
Springtime for Hitler. Oh, bad news. Oh, more bad news. Well, that is sad, but it raises an interesting question.
What if she
what
said
are the what are the Zeons doing on Echos in the first place?
Of course we are. Then we're going to execute you right now.
Because it's obvious you're not Zeons.
Yeah, also, yeah, for whatever reason, it's harder to suspend my disbelief for this than it was for Piece of the Action.
Oh.
Wait, why did the Enterprise leave?
Since it seemed as if Echos had sophisticated detection equipment, Kirk decided to send the Enterprise a little further off than standard orbit.
No, just hang out over the polar region, and you'll be masked by the camouflaged by the magnetic field. That's the old Riker maneuver.
Cake or death?
Also, I don't think revolvers were standard issue Nazi equipment.
No, I'm surprised he didn't have Lugers. But then again, keep in mind, uh, John Gill, would he have been specific saying that you guys are going to be Nazis, so you're going to carry Lugers?
Kirk is like, wait a minute. Ooh, damn.
Ooh, no Father's Day card for you.
She's a Nazi girl, blonde, and has daddy issues? That's the trifecta.
Yeah, surprising. And I know you're straining at the bit to have this question answered, but the little blonde cupcake there is Valora Nolan. Did you do anything? Although she was, one of the last things she did in acting was be in a John Wayne movie,
Which one?
The War Wagon.
Ah. It was
Not one of the better ones.
It's not Khan? Okay, so. There we go. John Wayne as the captain of Starfleet.
Ugh.
All right, Klingons, I'm going to ask you to get back out of the neutral zone, or I'm going to come in there and whip you with my phasers, I will.
Yaha, yaha. Did he? So he spoke with the perfect Ecosian accent and such like that.
No, he's a prisoner. You haven't figured this out yet? It's Melicon who's actually the Fuhrer, who's going against the Zeons and shit.
Oh, you're kind of running ahead here. Or by now, are you used to this sort of thing?
I'm kind of used to this sort of thing. When it's like only Melkon sees him, he's under maximum security. I'm like, he's a prisoner. Oh,
you're thinking, boy, I could write the rest of this episode.
Pretty much.
So, end credits. Head for the next one.
Oh. I was about to say, wait, they're not declared war already?
Well, the Nazis did not initiate their final solution immediately after the rise of the Third Reich. It took a few years before they finally got together at Wannsee and determined the extermination program for the Jews. You're being filmed on Nazi Vision. Let it rest.
Jawohl.
Dismissed.
Seriously? Wait. Hold on. I have to know this. So he transmits on the screen, but the booth is literally right behind the screen
Right next to the screen. Yeah,
for security.
for security.
Really?
Really.
Holy shit! This writer is trash.
Oh, he wrote Journey to Babel.
Which is also trash.
Oh, come on now. It's not.
Are you sure? Shall we discuss this?
We already did.
Yeah. Also, for security, there's a giant like hole in the door that's perfectly centered on the Fuhrer's desk.
The door wasn't completely closed, which strikes me as kind of odd when they made so much noise about the Fuhrer's security.
No, there's actually a hole in the door. Here, we'll go back. We'll go back to it.
And they get X as Sally. What? And she just, okay, no problem. Not even a, the hell?
This is the Enterprise. That's not very subtle. What are you doing with the hero of the fatherland?
Really? That's the way a Xeon pig would act. Oops.
Is DeForest Kelly also a Jew by any chance?
I do not know.
Hold on. Now I'm curious. Oh, I did find out. Apparently, DeForest Kelly was he read for the role of Spock before he read for the role of Bones.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
Yeah. Listen, if mein Frau wants to spend the evening with three gentlemen of the fatherland, that's her own business.
Oh, and DeForest Kelly,
Yeah.
the son of a Baptist minister.
Ah.
You're in uniforms.
These captions are wrong. And we're not seeing his mouth move either. Holy shit.
How? It's somebody in front of it. Yeah, he's playing a politician.
Pretty much.
Also playing a politician.
See, I think the best interpretation of culture being, you know, influenced by the Nazis, quote unquote, is in Ralph Bashki's Wizards.
Okay, I agree with you on that. While I was taking a moment to reflect, wow,
Where the fuck? See,
we've
there's
had
a
that
hole
many
right there.
stories.
There's a hole right there in the door. Why did McCoy choke? He should have just used a hypo spray. So do you think this would have done better if they kept with the Nazis, or if they made someone who, obviously were the Nazi XPs?
Um, yeah, but right now I'm thinking, yeah, there really shouldn't be a hole in that door if he's under heavy security. Uh, I guess I would have liked if they'd kept with the Nazis, and I really never thought I'd say something like that. But
I mean, they could have. They're playing with the whole, people blaming an outsider group, typical Nazi stuff. But they could have played it better if it was just a different organization.
yes,
Like they could
or
have, like they could have kept the historian. He could have been drugged. He could have slipped something like, you have to be careful. You're going close down to this route where we went to, where we almost wiped out an entire culture, yada yada, and someone heard that and thought, hey, that's a great idea.
oh, come on. And what happens to their culture if they do manage to get rid of Xeon? Where do they go? Where do they direct their energies?
Oh, they'll find somebody. You see, the idea is you have the big bad first, in this case, the Xeon, and then later on you go, okay, well, we've succeeded, rah rah. Now we must maintain the purity of our people, and
Ah,
thought crime, that sort of thing. So there's it's not so much quantity of the enemy, but the subversive nature of it.
screw it.
I mean, what, we're gonna lose space Nazis? Gasp! I never saw that coming. I was tortured. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Really? No, it
Bullshit.
was. Yeah.
I mean, Nazi Germany only lasted for 10 years. That doesn't strike me as being very effective.
10 years? Was it
Yeah,
1933 to 45?
1933. No, 1933 to 43. That's when Hitler committed suicide. After that, the war shifted completely to the Pacific.
Holy crap! The Pacific was 2 years. God damn.
Yeah.
No wonder we
Well,
bombed them.
the Pacific War lasted longer. But no, seriously, I agree with you. He could have found a much more efficient model in history. Ancient Rome or Greece or something from one of the Chinese dynasties.
I know. I sometimes try and keep Chinese history straight, but there are times when it's like, holy shit, guys, calm the fuck down. Stop killing each other. It's like 30 different warlords, and they're all have, crisscrossing alliances. So that it's World War One every few minutes. This is a busy day. Holy shit.
I know, a lot was going on here.
Gasp. This is the stupidest plan.
It's a stupid plan, Excellency.
Oh, Lord. You see, they forgot the first rule of Nazis. If you're going to write about Nazis, the episode has to be really good.
Oh, that's interesting. Springtime for Hitler
Like,
and
okay,
Germany.
Kirk, what if he really is a Nazi asshole?
That's a good question.
I mean, he thought that the Nazis were a most efficient state.
Our Nazi boy out there is played by Skip Homier, very prolific character actor. We'll see him again in the third season of Star Trek as another villain.
Oh, there we go. The body saved for the Cultural Museum. There's a hole. Reach through it and unlock the door, you Nazi dipshit. No wonder you lost the war. Padoom. Like, what did you expect was going to happen? So they're going to keep the uniforms,
and all that stuff, but
there's a skull on my hat. Are we the baddies?
You think?
I'm sorry, you are not a historian.
Or he graduated from the same school as the guy who wrote Chicago Mobs of the 30s.
That wasn't Chicago Mobs of the 30s. That was complete infrastructure, manufacturing, cultural, food, language.
So did Gill actually think he could create National Socialism without the anti-Semitism and the militarism?
See, I think the answer is yes. He thought he could. It's just Melkar realized he could, run things, and he had issues with the Xeon.
Well, on the upside, and I'm probably going to get yelled at for this, the Nazis did have cool uniforms.
I mean, they had the skulls and the caps.
Yeah. No, it wouldn't.
Wait, that's it?
Yes.
The whole planet is fucked up? That's it?
Our job is finished. We leave a silver bullet behind and go back.
Listen, Mr. Romulan, my father's a Romulan spy. You shut the fuck up and sit back at your station, and you can scan my boot up your ass. Is that all we got of Sulu was the back of his head?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, he's back. I mean, we should at least rejoice, but yeah.
Holy shit, that was a bad episode. Oh.
Yeah, that...
Here I was hoping for, fun springtime with Hitler, piece of the action Nazis, but nope. Did not.
And next we have the Omega Glory, and I can already predict right now, you might just end up liking this less than... no, we have to do it by any other name. Okay.
Oh, yeah, we do. Oh, yeah. Kirk, Spock, McCoy, and a couple of red shirts beamed down to a planet. Oh, rest in peace, red shirts. Oh.
I can't say that this episode really stands out
I mean, it wasn't.
positively. And
No, it wasn't even really good. So we're just gonna, pull these crystals almost out of our ass, close enough, and make a laser to cut open a lock. Because I do all the calculations in my head, and I have to hold it. Like, shut the fuck up, Spock. It's getting annoying.
this might have worked better as a two-part episode, kind of like a movie,
Yes.
where you could put in more detail.
Like, drop the Nazi, like, drop the they literally are Nazis, and just make it. It's another. You could even drop the historian part. Make it so that they're on the verge of joining the Federation. The Enterprise is coming in to, to do a little handshake, see how they're doing, and they have their own representative there that's kind of watching things. They lost contact with the representative. They don't know where they were, and they come in, and things have just gone to shit. They're the Ecosians have turned into Nazis, but they're the Nazi XPs.
What if, I don't know, the idea that this was another conveniently humanoid race. What if John Gill had been sent to a planet where the natives are essentially intelligent blobs of potato salad wandering over the landscape?
Right.
Would he have tried to do the same thing? Would we have, blobs of potato salad wearing swastikas and such?
On top of that, okay, so here's the question: if the Enterprise came to Ecosia Xeon and there was no John Gill, and they just noticed the Ecosians are pretty much just going to wipe out the Xeon, would they not interfere?
That's a good question. It would depend on the circumstances that the Ecosians acquired technology to wipe out.
There's no outside interference.
Ah.
They have the technology. They've seen the Xeon, and they're like, you know what? I don't like these people, and then I'm going to kill them all.
But being members of the Federation, we cannot do anything to interfere. So we just have to sit back and watch with bated breath what goes down here.
But I think that's a moral failing, because what if they weren't? What if they were just beginning spacefaring? So they are aware of the Federation. They're not part of the Federation, and they are very clearly, just smashing the Xeons. They're just going to let the Xeons be eradicated, and then when the Ecosians develop further enough and they realize they can't, expand further, they're welcomed as members of the Federation.
Oh,
see?
Yeah, this will sort of, well, not to the same extent, but this will sort of be touched upon in Star Trek: The Next Generation. I believe the episode is called Pen Pal, where
a pen pal the planet was destroying itself. There was no outside external force, and Data, just decided to save the small kid, which, to be honest, was a small kid. Yes, save the small kid, you heartless bastard. But it's like I feel the Prime Directive needs to be better established,
nailed down. I admit to having personal problems with the Prime Directive as well, although to an extent I can see try to eliminate the tendency that our species have of playing God. I mean, our own history shows that when we've dealt with civilizations not matching us in technological sophistication, that the contact has always turned out bad for the other people.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, but
Uh,
if we have two tribes that are killing each other, do we just let one tribe wipe out the other tribe?
can't interfere in the normal quote unquote development of a native culture, and
So the eradication
unfortunately,
of another tribe is development.
unfortunately, yes, as it was on Earth and as it was on Vulcan.
See, I just say fuck it and just start interfering left and right.
Oh,
Uh,
because John Gill interfered on Echoes, and
yeah,
look
but he
how
was an
that turned
idiot.
out.
I
So,
mean,
can we guarantee that non-idiots can only do planetary
I
contact?
can guarantee that I won't go. I guess I'll make them all Nazis. The most
Oh,
efficient fucking society on in Earth's history. Get fucking bent.
he wasn't much of a historian.
Apparently not. But anyway, so that was Patterns of Force, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you found that as riveting as I did.
Or you nailed it
And
down.
yeah, and next week will be by any other name, where we bid fond farewell to a couple of red shirts.
Yeah, just business as usual.
Okay, take care, everybody.
Take care and behave.